Today's airplanes are anything but common and boring because there are, in fact, numerous planes that are weird looking, oddly shaped, or downright ugly. Indeed, these are eye-catching airplanes that you are sure to remember. If you're curious about some of the world's most unusual aircrafts ever built, you've come to the right place. The Spruce Goose airplane. This plane is officially called the Hughes H-4 Hercules and was built by the Hughes Aircraft Company. Built during World War II out of wood because of the shortage of wartime materials such as aluminum, it was nicknamed the Spruce Goose and flew only once in the year 1947. It was built to carry 700 passengers, and it was the largest flying transport ever built. With a wingspan that was longer than a football field, the Spruce Goose was actually a flying boat and could hold up to 150,000 pounds total, including two 30-ton M4 Sherman tanks. It was also known to some as the Flying Lumberyard, and today it sits in the Evergreen Aviation Museum in McMinnville, Oregon. The Pregnant Guppy airplane. With its bloated look and fish-like appearance, it is easy to see how this aircraft got its nickname. Only one Pregnant Guppy was ever built, but it flew for 15 years from 1962 to 1977. It is a very large, wide-bodied cargo plane that was used most frequently by NASA to transport components of the Apollo moon program. The Pregnant Guppy did a great job of ferrying many other outsized cargo items, not just those needed to be transported by NASA, and it even inspired other airplanes into existence, most notably the Boeing Dreamlifter and the jet-powered Airbus Beluga airplanes. It was built by Aerospace Lines and had a maximum loaded weight capacity of 141,000 pounds and a maximum flying speed of 320 miles per hour. Kalinin K-7 airplane. The Kalinin K-7 airplane definitely deserves to be on the list of odd airplanes because it looks more like a tank than it does an actual plane. With a wingspan of more than 170 feet, this plane is also called the Russian Flying Fortress, and it was developed in the Soviet Union in the 1930s. It is so large that it looks as though it can never fly successfully, but at one time it actually did. The K-7 needed a flight crew of at least 11 members to be flown successfully, and its maximum flying speed was a mere 140 miles per hour. Still, it could carry 120 passengers, 15,000 pounds of mail, or 112 fully equipped paratroopers. Its design was indeed unusual because it contained 6 tractor engines in the front and a single engine in the rear of the plane. The Flying Pancake airplane. This one is really weird because it looks like a giant stingray, but it was used by the US Navy during World War II and boasts a wingspan of more than 32 feet. Officially known as the Vought XF-5U airplane, the Flying Pancake had a maximum speed of 550 miles per hour and a maximum takeoff weight of nearly 18,780 pounds, which is quite impressive. This airplane needed only one pilot and could hold two 1,000-pound bombs, 6.50 machine guns, or 4 20mm cannons. It had vibration problems that haunted it until the end, and it was so sturdy and well made that a wrecking ball had to be used to destroy it. There is, however, an earlier prototype of the plane currently in the Smithsonian. Northrop Tasset Blue airplane. Instead of a rounded shape like most commercial airlines today, the Northrop Tasset Blue had a more rectangular shape, and only one of them was ever built. It was developed by the US Air Force in 1982, and at the time, it was considered some of the best technology on the planet. The Air Force wanted a low observable surveillance aircraft that likely wouldn't be intercepted by radar and, therefore, could be successful near the front lines of battle, with a high likelihood that it would survive. The Tasset Blue had several nicknames, including the Alien School Bus and the Whale, and it had a gross weight of 30,000 pounds. Its maximum flying speed reached 290 miles per hour, and it was over 50 feet long. It is currently housed at the National Museum of the US Air Force near Dayton, Ohio. The Airbus Beluga airplane. Since it resembles a beluga whale in its shape and size, the Airbus A300-600 ST aka the Beluga is essentially a version of the Airbus A300-600's wide-body aircraft, but has been modified to carry aircraft parts and cargo that are either extra large or awkwardly shaped. Its maiden flight took place in the fall of 1994, and roughly 60 times per week, it carries Airbus components that are ready for assembly to various cities in Europe. The Beluga definitely deserves a place on any list of odd airplanes, yet it is a highly functional and reliable plane. It is more than 56 feet high and roughly 184 feet long, and it has an impressive maximum takeoff weight of more than 340,000 pounds. The Piaggio Aerospace P-1HH Hammerhead. The Piaggio Aerospace P-1HH Hammerhead is a new state-of-the-art unmanned aerial system designed for intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance missions, whose combination of performance and operational characteristics is at the very top end of the UAS male category. An unmatched combination of range, wide operative speeds, fast climb gradient, high operative ceiling and variety of payloads provides end users with a powerful yet flexible defense system that outperforms other male systems, identifying the P-1HH Hammerhead as a super male UAS. P-1HH Hammerhead is suited for a wide range of ISR defense and security missions and defines an unsurpassed mission role flexibility and sets a new frontier of concept of operations for defense. The P-1HH Hammerhead unmanned aerial vehicle is derived from the successful Piaggio Aerospace P-180 Avanti II business aviation aircraft, the fastest twin-turboprop aircraft in the world, with a proven uneventful service record of more than 20 years and 800,000 flight hours. EDGLEY OPTICA. At first glance, the EDGLEY OPTICA EA-7 looks like an edgy, newly designed aircraft built for the modern age mission of low and slow surveillance or sightseeing. It also looks like a squatty dragonfly. Its helicopter-like cockpit mounted ahead of a ducted fan motor provides 3 abreast seating and an amazing 270-degree field view. The aircraft's twin-boom construction, twin rudders and high-mounted tailplane give it a shape vaguely reminiscent of the North American Rockwell AV-10 Bronco. The aircraft sits very low on the ground upon fixed tricycle landing gear. Its quiet noise signature both inside and outside of the cockpit is thanks to the large ducted fan mounted aft of the cabin, powered by a 260 horsepower Lycoming IO 540, which turns a fixed-pitch 5-bladed prop. Designed in the mid-1970s by John EDGLEY, then a postgraduate student at the Imperial College of Science and Technology, the aircraft went through several cycles of on-again, off-again enthusiasm in the public and commercial markets before gaining fairly recent serious interest in 2017 from the intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance commercial and government entities looking to fill a niche for border patrol, wildlife management and fire spotting missions. The Horten Ho 229 airplane. Because it was designed with the purpose of making it more difficult to detect by radar, the Horten Ho 229 plane has a flat disc-like shape and started as a German fighter-bomber plane late in World War II. Unfortunately, it only flew as a prototype and, therefore, never actually made it to war. However, it is an impressive plane because it can carry 2 30mm Mk108 cannons with ease. With a wingspan of more than 55 feet, the Horten Ho 229 plane accommodates 1 crewperson and is more than 24 feet long. It can climb at 4,300 feet per 60 seconds and can fly at speeds of more than 600 miles per hour. The Boeing X-48 airplane. A brand new plane currently under construction, the Boeing X-48 airplane has a very unusual wing shape and a wingspan of 21 feet. There are 3 versions of the plane: the X-48A, which has already been cancelled, the X-48B, and the X-48C. It is being developed as an unmanned aerial vehicle to investigate the many characteristics of blended wing-body aircraft. Considered one of the many odd airplanes mostly because of its current sleek modern design, the Boeing X-48 plane has a gross weight of 500 pounds and can fly at roughly 135 miles per hour, and since its very first flight, it has proven to be perfect for studying varying aspects of flying an airplane, including engine yaw control and much more. So far, the plane's capabilities have proven very promising. Caspian Sea Monster. In the late 1960s, decades deep into the Cold War, U.S. intelligence analysts monitoring the Caspian Sea came across satellite images of an oddly shaped winged machine of huge proportions. The unfamiliar structure, a kind of hybrid between aircraft and ship, was quickly dubbed the Caspian Sea Monster. What they were looking at was an early prototype of the Soviet Union's Korabl ground effect vehicle, also known as an ekranoplan. Ekranoplans make use of ground effect, the aerodynamic forces at play when skimming close to the surface of water, to achieve fast but stable low-level flight. The Korabl was a mighty example of the genre. Until the Soviet-designed Antonov An-225 came on the scene in 1988, it was the largest and heaviest aircraft ever built. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and push notification button to be the first who will see new awesome videos.